curveball there. Yeah, I do. I listen to a lot of TikTok and YouTube videos and stuff, and sometimes come across a message that's really powerful and tugs at your heartstrings. And you're going to turn to your Bible. I'm going to start off in Luke 8, verses 32, or verse 32. I'm going to play this message first. It's not in Luke, but Luke chapter 8, verse 32. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 verses I'm going to read out. I'm just going to start there. I played this message for Tommy and Mary and Linda Wednesday night. Like I say, I'm not stealing from the guy. I'm playing his message, his words.
There's a picture in the museum in the Louvre. I don't know how many of you have been there. The picture is called Checkmate. The devil's sitting on this side. There's a chessboard, and there's a guy sitting on the other side. And the guy sitting on the other side has his hand on his head like this. And he's like in desperation. And as they were taking a tour through the Louvre, there had been a group of athletes, and particularly world champions, that were being given a special tour. And in the tour was the world chess champion. And he comes walking by the picture. And the guy's explaining to him, this is a picture of an artist rendering of somebody who lost the battle with the devil. And so the group moved on to the next picture to see something else. But the world chess champion, he stayed there. And he just kept looking at the picture. And soon they noticed that he was not with the group. And so the tour guide came back and said, we moved on. Are you coming? He said, well, I've been looking at this picture. And the guy said, yeah. He said, it's called Checkmate. The devil's laughing. The man's lost. And he said, yeah. He said, I've been noticing that. He said, but while I've been standing here, I've kept looking at the picture. I got a problem. And he said, well, what do you mean? He said, well, you know, I'm a world champion chess player. And I spend my life playing chess. And normal people don't always see what a world champion chess player sees. He says, but when y'all walked off, I looked at the devil laughing, and I looked at the man in desperation. But he said, I noticed something on the chessboard. He said, either they're going to have to change the painting, or they're going to have to change the name. And the guy said, well, why are they going to have to do that? He said, well, you know, I'm a world champion chess player. And he said, when I observed the board, I found out the king still has one more move. I've come to tell somebody today, you believe you've been cornered. You believe everything is gone and nothing has got any hope. But the king still has one more move. In the fullness of time, God sent his son. I dare you to declare it. The king has one more move. He has one more move over my finances. He has one more move over my marriage. He has one more move over my kids. It is not over.
Yeah. I thought that was very moving. I've listened to it probably 20 times. I still tear up when I listen to it, but it's not tears of pain, it's tears of joy.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's what God wants us to feel, is tears of joy. Because there's so much hardship in this life, and we just sometimes let it consume us. And I'm going to tell you something happened to me yesterday. I already told Tommy. But I have two older brothers that I take care of. And had a good day with my wife over at Manual, spent time with her and everything else, enjoyed my day. Had some good food, came home, thought, you know what, I'm going to take me a nap. My back's hurting walking along that concrete, so I went upstairs and laid down. Right when I dozed off, got a phone call. Imagine that. And sure enough, it was my older brother cussing at the other brother and just involving me in the phone conversation. Okay. And so I'm like, give me 5 minutes, I'll be there. So when I pull up in the yard, they're walking outside ready to fist fight. The other one's swinging at the other one. So anyway, I get there, break them up. And I'm telling you this because, see, as growing up myself, I was in the same household as them. I know we all have things in our past that try to make us who we are today. And, I see so much pain and unhappiness and suffering, just misery, plain misery inside of them, where they feel that they don't have that one more move. They feel hopeless. And why do they feel hopeless? Well, in Luke 8, verse 32, we know the story. It says a large herd of pigs was feeding there on the hillside. The demons begged Jesus to let them go into them and gave them permission. Okay. That's saying that demons have to ask Jesus for permission. You know, Jesus made us in his image. We're not little gods, don't get me wrong. But them demons have to have permission to get inside us. And we have the will to kick them demons out as well. But people like my brothers, they just can grab a hold of them. Like there's nothing else to hold on to but them demons. I told them, I said, you don't understand what they tell me. You don't understand. You know what I don't understand? Is the fact is that all that dirt and filth, the sins that was put on me as a child, I washed them off. I got out of that mud puddle. Because I wasn't going to let it affect me, my wife, and my children. Because when them demons come to me and ask permission to come in, I tell them no. I tell them no. When a demon comes to me and tells me to worry about my son or people around me, I say no. That is not my job. That is your job. Because God has a plan for every one of us, each and every one of us.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And the worrying one second out of the day is not worth it. We're supposed to pass that on to God. Because there's nothing that we can worry about that's going to change the outcome of it. Not one minute decision is worrying going to change anything. It's just going to bring hardship on you. Because you what? Let that demon in. Demons come to you all the time. With your wife, your kids, friends, family. They did something wrong to you, so that demon's like, oh, you got to get even with them, You got to get even with them. And that's what my brothers were facing yesterday. They had the demons colliding in them. Tearing their happiness away from them because they have just let them run wild. And when a demon comes to you, he don't come by himself. He comes with 7 others. And you allow them in, and it's like a grapevine, it just spreads out. Okay, I'm going to jump over to Matthew 12, 43.
And what?
Matthew 12, verse 43. And I want to thank the woman over there, the Elder Ray, the week before last. she gave me these little deals to put in my Bible, because your Bible only comes with one little flap in it, you know. And she gave me these right here as bookmarkers, and they work perfectly, because when I write it down, I write what color it is, so that way I know what to go to.
Harder than I thought.
Yeah. Yeah, Matthew 12:43. Where am I at? Okay. When an evil spirit comes out of a man, it goes through every place seeking rest and does not find it. Then it says, I will return to the house I left. When it arrives and finds the house unoccupied, swept clean, and put in order, then it goes and takes with it 7 other spirits more wicked than itself. And they go and live there. And they finally, condition of the man is worse than the first. This is how it will be with the wicked generation. Amen. Because the wicked generation is what we teach our kids. When we deal with sin, do we let them demons in? Or we let the demons come inside us? So if our kids, they know that we take these little minute things that happen to us, you know? Because like sometimes, you know, people, you know, they might borrow your car and don't put gas in it. Sometimes that fuels people up like, no, he'll never borrow my car again because he did this, you know? That's a demon inside of you. That's you let that demon and his little friends come on in and just bring you down. Take your happiness. I tell you, I came from a very bad past. A lot of abuse, physical and verbal. And I tell you, I don't have that anymore. I have peace in my life.
Amen.
I have peace where I don't worry about my electric bill. I have peace where I don't worry about if my truck breaks down. Because God don't want me to worry about that. He wants me to be happy. And that's what these tears are. These tears are happiness. Because I feel so good because I'm finally loved the way I'm supposed to be loved. I didn't turn to my wife and my kids to love me. I turned to God and He gave me the love that I've been looking for all them years. And took away all the misery that I took when I tried to find love in a person on this earth that loved me like Jesus does. That's why I try to tell my wife when we see relationships gone bad and people venture off with other people. They think this person right here is not making me happy, so this guy over here, he's got a better smile, better looks. I'm going to go to him. This woman over here, she's prettier. You know, she's nice. I'm going to go to her. They think it's going to make them happy. But it don't. What are you listening to? You listen to that demon inside of you telling you that you should be happy by finding things on this earth. And there's nothing on this earth, this right here, that's going to teach you the happiness. It's going to give you happiness. And take away the misery that Satan tries to put upon you. Satan don't want you being happy. And when we take and bring our kids to church, like this young couple here, that's what God wants. He wants them to bring this kid up in church and teach them in times of trouble in their life to go to this right here. Go to the Bible. Learn about God, the true teacher of this world, the true lover that you're going to search for your entire life until you find him in this book. You will never find it in another person, I guarantee you. I guarantee you this is going to love you like this. Came and put on flesh and died for you. Died for you. Let's jump over to James chapter 2. In James chapter 2, verse 18. It said, but someone will say, you have faith, I have deeds. Show me your faith without deeds, and I will show you my faith by what I do. You believe that there is one God, good. Even the demons believe that and shudder. Now, demons shudder towards God. You know why? They know how much power he has. And us, do we shudder when we go against God? Excuse me. You think we shudder when we sin? Nah, we're forgiven. Demons shudder. They know God and they shudder. They have to ask for permission, and then they're scared of God. Like we should be afraid of God and not hurting him because he loves us, and if we love him, we're not going to try to hurt him. We're going to worship him. We're going to do what's best for him by passing on his words through our actions. When I pulled up there yesterday, I saw two guys, grown men, fixing a fist fight. And I told them, I said, you know what? I said, I don't understand y'all. Y'all are my older brothers. Y'all are older than me. Y'all supposed to be more wise. Y'all supposed to be teaching me. I'm supposed to go to y'all for advice. I'm supposed to learn from y'all's example. But what I see two 12-year-olds out there fixing a fist fight because they don't like each other. Well, he did this and he did that. Okay. Wow. Really? You're going to get that mad over something. But it's not. It's that demon inside of you fueling you, telling you in your ear, you can't, how dare him do this to me? How dare him take away from something that I have? You know, it just festers inside you and bulls up to where it's just overflowing like a volcano. And you can't stop the lava. But you can by casting the demons out before they even get that high. You know, just know it. God tells the devil and God talks to you in the same voice, you know what I mean, in your head. But you can always tell which one's the one you need to listen to. Because when the devil's telling you, hey, that person wronged you, you need to make a list. Write a list down on how that person wrongs you. But let me tell you something else the devil does when he talks to you. And you know this is true. You know this is true. Just hear me out. Listen to this and really, the devil, when he talks to you, you know what he tells you? He's like, hey, that sin's not that bad. No, it's not that bad. It's just a small little sin. Just a small little sin. And then you're like, you know what? I'm going to do that. And then you do it, and you know what the devil does then? He turns it around. How dare you? How dare you sin? If you love God, you just betrayed him. He tries to make you feel really bad about something after he just boosted you up to do it, and you do it, and he's like, man, I don't like you. Because he wants you to feel bad inside, and once you feel bad like that, it takes away the love and the peace that's given in this book for you to enjoy in this lifetime. This lifetime is going to pass by really quick. And I want to spend my eternity with God and the eternal love that he has, because I feel the love in my heart. When I wake up in the morning, I feel the love that he's given me. I feel the love and the peace. And I see people, so many people, they don't have that peace. They worry. They look for others to make them happy. And it's not going to find it. As long as you keep looking, it's not going to find it. And I tell my wife, like I said about the people that look for other people to make them happy, you'll never find it. Because I can tell you, from somebody growing up from a very bad past, that was told that I wasn't worth loving, that was told that I wouldn't amount to anything in my lifetime. You know who told me that? A demon. Because why? Because he listened to it. You know who I listen to now? God. And I had tears of joy. Tears of joy in my life. I'm not sad. I'm not sad by no means by my past. If you hear my voice crack, it's not because I feel bad about what happened. I feel good because somebody was there loving me through it. And he's loving me right now. He's loving you the same way. And he's just asking you to come down and accept him and bring him into your life and take him out with you when you go out in the streets. Take him with you. When you meet somebody that has all that misery and stuff inside their heart, that worry, that look for others, that look to the drugs or whatever they're looking for, tell them. All you can do is, you might not fix them. I talked to a non-believer the other day, didn't believe in God. He said, how am I supposed to believe in somebody that died? And 3 days later, this is the exact deal, dusted himself off and said, look, here I am. He said, how am I supposed to believe in that? I said, well, truth be known, if you research it, that was the most documented thing in history. That was people document what they saw, the death, the resurrection, documented by, I think it's like 500 people that documented, said all the stories matched. Does that sound like a pretty good deal? People get sent to prison for lifetime because 2 people's stories match. This is 500. Who are you going to believe? And I told the guy, I said, look, man, all I can tell you is I had peace in my life. The guy broke his hand because he hit a wall. Because he was frustrated. I said, I broke my hand before being frustrated. Thought it was going to release that pain, but it didn't. What released it was this right here. And I can give you peace. And God, I can tell you how to get peace. So I planted a seed. Whether it grows, I don't know. But that's what we're supposed to do. To spread that love. Thank y'all. I love y'all.
Thank you.
Shawn has give his testimony, and he has had a rough life. But your life can change today. Your life can change. If your life has not changed, I want you to change it today. He said, in the moment, in the twinkling of